You're giving a few exam tips that might be useful for you. This is for API 577 Welding Inspection Metallurgy course. So if you come to our course and go to course content, you can try our free quiz here, and also you can read our exam tips and do a period topic to consider when we. There's no negative marking, therefore answer all the questions to increase your chances. But you can also increase your chances when narrowing down the possible correct answer. This can be done by right-clicking on the obvious wrong choices so that strike them off. So hold the mouse on the possible wrong answer and right-click. API question and multi-choice, 4 possible answers. Hi, I'm going to go through some exam tips for API 577 Welding Inspection and Metallurgy full course. You can try our free quiz here, and you can study our first and second module for free. The exam test is on first module, and there are some useful tips here that I'm quickly going through with you. But there is no negative marking, therefore answer all the questions. What you can do is, if you know there are some answers are definitely wrong, but you can't choose between 2, say, possible right answer, just right click on the wrong answer, and that would take them off, and then you can zoom in on the possible right answer. And remember that API always asks you to choose the best answer, so the best answer as per you can choose, that would be your answer. API is multi-choice for possible answer. Never uses such terms as none of the above or all of the above as possible answer. They might say what is not valid, or except all of these are valid except which one is not valid, or that sort of question, but they never say it. So you have to choose only one answer, and that answer does not consider like both A and B, or none of the above or all of the above. Remember that all questions carry equal marks. For example, a simple question asking for single of magnesium, Mg, or manganese has equal marks as that of a half-page long question. And all the time management should not be an issue, but keep a tab of time versus number of question answered. Like around 15 to 30 minutes for reviewing all questions once again, or at least reviewing those questions that you are in doubt and flagged off during the exam. It's recommended to flag off those questions that are taking considerable time and come back to them at the end, so you're not short of time. Flag up below question. In solving the doubtful question, try to understand why a particular answer may be right while the other 3 given answers should be wrong. In a minute, wrong answers to increase your chances of picking the correct answer. To read the question very carefully and find out what is actually asked for. There might be a valid statement as one of the possible answers, but because it is not relevant, so that is the wrong answer. So they just don't jump into click the first valid answer that you see. Read the question very carefully and read the answers very carefully. Please note that sometimes the wrong answer is quite a valid statement, as I said, so it's not relevant. So it's important to carefully read and understand the question. Some API exam questions contain irrelevant information. This is not aimed to confuse you, but to verify whether you can differentiate between relevant and irrelevant information in actual scenario. Some questions are solely based on your experience as an inspector. API calls them practical questions. And remember that all certifications require certain level of experience in addition to the education and knowledge. API intends to verify your understanding of principles of theory, interpretation, and evaluation. So mere memorizing the facts and figures of the study material does not really count. Though a few questions may come straight from API study material, most questions are either rephrased or brought within a context or is within a scenario, or the question and answer are swapped. Hence, it's very important that you have a clear understanding of concepts and fundamentals. Time management is not normally of great importance, but please note that time using the toilet, checking out and in, security check, commenting on any question, reviewing the question, etc. is coming off your allowance. For better time management, flag off those questions that you're not sure of and revisit them once you have completed all other questions. Try to eliminate the absolute wrong answers by negative reasoning in order to increase your chances of getting the right answer. You can see the number of questions you attempted and the remaining time on the top right hand corner of the computer screen. Note that all questions carry equal marks and the passing grade is roughly 70%, so it's logical to attempt a smaller question quickly and then in the remaining time try reattempting those questions that are longer, more complicated, or you're simply stuck spending too much time on a few questions without much progress. Try to pace your progress against the time, that you should be roughly on question number 50 after 1.5 hours or earlier. So education can offset for less experience. You should appreciate the fact that unless one does not have real hands-on experience in the field, it would be difficult to feel the underlying reason behind some of the codes, standards, and recommended practices. The experience is gained through observation, power of deduction, and is ultimately the common sense read. Whose common sense reason it out is likely a correct answer to a very easy question. A lot of questions are derived from the basics because this exam is verifying you at the basic level, and it covers definitions, meaning, scope, and exclusion and inclusion. What is sitting for exam can be stressful, especially for such a gruesome exam. So try to sleep early the night before and stop studying the exam day. Just peruse the important parts of the reference documents and look at the figures and charts for around half an hour maximum. Let your brain rest. You need to be alert and full of energy to endure the day-long core exam. No negative marking, therefore answer all the questions to increase your chances. You can increase it by narrowing down the possible correct answers by striking off the obvious wrong choices. This we covered again. So thank you very much, and we'll see you at the next one.